A very good morning, everyone. Today we are going to see a very important topic, that is demography and national population policy. Before I am starting, what is demography? Demography is nothing but study of population. The study of population is called demography. See, we all know which is the number one populated country in the world. Is China. Okay, China is the number one populated country in the world, and India is in the second position. Now we are in the edge to cross over China to become the number one populated country in the world. So this topic, demography, is a very important topic of this decade for us. Today we are going to see demography and national population policy. The lesson plan for today's class will be introduction of demography, the stages of demographic cycle, demographic indicators, source of demographic data, and national population policy and conclusion. So this will be our lesson plan for this 45 minutes. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. The first one, that is introduction of demography. So what is demography? As already told you, that is the study of human population. It focuses on three things. One is change in population size, composition of the population, and distribution of population. What is changes in population size? Whenever there is a growth of population or there is a decline in population, that is change in population size. That will be dealt with demography. Then is composition of the population, age, sex, all these criteria will come under composition of the population and distribution of the population in the space. Okay, as you know, some country will be highly populated and some country will be less populated. Okay, so this demography deals with three things. One is change in population size, composition of the population, distribution of the population in space. Okay, and see, by seeing this picture, you can see this is the distribution of population across the world. This is the distribution of population across the world. Okay. And move on to the next line. And this one is it's same about the demography. That is a study of population. This is distribution of population. See, as you can see, some places have more population and some places have less population. So it is about the distribution of population. Going on to the next one, that is demographic processes. The demographic processes, there are 5 demographic processes are there. First is fertility, mortality, marriage, migration, and social mobility. What is fertility? So you know about the reproduction, that is fertility. And what is mortality? Mortality is nothing about that is death rate. And marriage, migration from one place to another place, that is migration. What is social mobility? What is social mobility? See, migration is moving from one place to another place, that is migration. What is social mobility? That is change in social status. Moving from one status, that is change in social status, that is social mobility. So there are 5 demographic processes: fertility, mortality, marriage, migration, and social mobility. And next one is stages of demographic cycle. So this is a very important topic of this session. That is stages of demographic cycle. Now, there are 5 stages. First one is stationary stage. Second one is early expanding. Third one will be late expanding. And fourth one will be low stationary stage. And fifth one will be declining stage. So what are the 5 stages? High stationary stage, early expanding, late expanding, low stationary stage, and declining stage. These are the 5 demographic cycle stages. Moving on to the first one, that is high stationary stage. In high stationary stage, the birth rate will be very high and death rate will also be very high. So what about the change in population? That is nothing. Whenever the birth rate is high, death rate is high, the change in population will be 0. That is no change in population size. Okay. What about the next one? Early expanding stage. This is the second stage. Here, the birth rate will be of no change, but death rate will be begins to decline. So what will be the change in population? Yes, of course, there will be change in population. There will be increase in population size. Whenever the birth rate is of no change and death rate is begins to decline, so there will be a change in population. That is, the net result will be increase in population size. The next one, moving on to the next stage, that is late expanding stage. In late expanding stage, here the birth rate is also begins to decline, but the death rate will be still decreases. So what is the net result? There will be continuous increase in population size. See, in the early expanding, the birth rate is of no change, but death rate begins to decline. Here, the birth rate is also beginning to decline and death rate is still decreases. So there will be continuous increase in population size. And next one is low stationary stage. In low stationary stage, there will be birth rate will be of low and death rate is also be low. So what is the net result? There will be no change in population size. So birth rate is low and death rate is low. So there is no change in population size. Okay. What about the stability of the population? Yes, of course, because of population birth rate is of low and death rate is of low, then stability, there will be stability in population. Okay. And next one is declining stage. Here, the birth rate is lower than the death rate. See, here birth rate will be lower than the death rate. So obviously, what is the net result? There will be fall in population. There will be fall in population. Okay. As I already told you, this is demographic cycle. Here you can see high stationary stage, low stationary stage, early expanding, late expanding, and declining. These are cycle. High stationary state, early expanding, late expanding, low stationary, and declining stage. So here in this picture, they have clearly given. So the first stage, high stationary, birth rate is more, death rate is more. So net result will be there is no change in population size. What is the example for this? India was in this stage till 1920. Next one is early expanding. Here there is no change in birth rate. Death rate is just begin to decline. What is the net result? There will be increase in population. So, what is the example for this stage? South Asia and Africa. Next one is late expanding stage. Here the birth rate is just started to fall, but the death rate is already falling down. So there will be change in population. That is, there will be still continuous increase in population size. So what is the example for this stage? India, China, and Singapore. What is low stationary stage? Here you can see the birth rate is down and the rate is down. What is the net result? There is no change in population size. What is the example? UK, Denmark, Sweden, and Belgium. And what is the fifth one? See here is a declining stage. The birth rate is very low and death rate is low. That is, birth rate is lower than the death rate. So there will be a fall in population size. So what is the example for this? The main example, Hungary, and in Germany also now it is falling down. So whenever you're comparing India in 1920, it is in high stationary stage, and India is in present, it is in late expanding stage. So whenever they ask a question, India is in present in which demographic cycle stage? That is late expanding stage. Late expanding stage is an important need question. Okay. Next, moving on to the aspects of demography. That is age and sex composition, sex ratio, dependency ratio, density of population, urbanization, family size, literacy and education, and life expectancy. See, all this topic will be covered into two subgroups. Okay? In demography indicators, all this topic aspects of demography will be covered. This in two subtopics, that is population statistics and vital statistics. In population statistics, what are the things? Population size, sex ratio, population density, and dependency ratio. In vital statistics, what are the things will come? That is birth rate, life expectancy at birth, mortality rate, and fertility rate. So population statistics, demography indicators is of two types: population statistics and vital statistics. Population statistics and vital statistics. Okay. Now moving on to the first one, that is population pyramid or age and sex pyramid. In this, you can see on the right hand side, that is male, and left side, that is female. So here you can see in the base it will be of young population, and then the top it will be of older population. So right side will be male and left side will be female. Base will be of young population, and middle will be of middle age population, and in the top, that is in the top we will have about the older population. Okay, about the older population. See, in the developing country, the shape of this pyramid will be broad base with tapering in the top. Broad base with tapering top. That means we have a more younger population when compared to the older population. In the developing countries, we have a more younger population when compared to a older population. Okay, but there are other types also there. That is constricting type or broad belly type. There is another that will be in developed countries. In developing countries, we have a broad base with narrow top or tapering top. But in another time, that is we have constricting type in developed countries. Okay, this is all about age and sex pyramid. And the next one will be crude birth rate. What is crude birth rate? Before crude birth rate, we should know about mid-year population. When we calculate the mid-year population, that is 1st of July. 1st of July it is called mid-year of population. Mid-year population will be calculated in 1st of July. Okay. So what is crude birth rate? Crude birth rate is annual number of live birth per 1,000 mid-year population. So crude birth rate is nothing but number of live birth per 1,000 mid-year population. And what is crude death rate? That is annual number of death per 1,000 mid-year population. Per 1,000 mid-year population. Okay. And what about the general fertility rate? General fertility rate is CFR. That is annual number of live birth per 1,000 women of childbearing age 15 to 44 or 49-year-old mid-year population. That is general fertility rate. That is number of live birth per 1,000 women of childbearing age. That is general fertility. This crude birth rate and crude death rate will be used for what purpose? To calculate annual growth rate. Okay, what is annual growth rate? Annual growth rate is nothing but crude birth rate minus crude death rate. Okay, you can see clearly in this next slide. Annual growth rate equal to crude birth rate minus crude death rate. So you can see the crude birth rate is of 18.2 per 1,000 mid-year population, and crude death rate is of 17.3 per 1,000 mid-year population. What will be the annual growth rate? You can calculate and you can tell the answer. This annual growth rate, what is crude birth rate minus crude death rate? That is 18.2 minus 7.3. So answer will be of 10.9 per 1,000 mid-year population. And when you're converting it into percentage, what is the answer? 1.09 percentage. That is annual growth rate of India. That is 1.09 percentage. Okay. So when you're calculating in 1,000, that is 10.9 per 1,000 million population. When it is comparing in percentage, that is 1.09 percentage per. That is 1.09 percentage. That is the annual growth rate of India. And next one, that is sex ratio. What is sex ratio? Number of female per 1,000 male. Number of female per 1,000 male. That is sex ratio. Sex ratio in India, as per the census of 2011, that is 940. In rural place, it is 947. That is 947 female per 1,000 male. And in urban place, that is 926. 936 female per 1,000 male. And next we have another definition, that is child sex ratio, that is calculated for 0 to 6 years of age. Child sex ratio, that is number of female per number of female child, sorry, per thousand male child in 0 to 6 years of age. What is the child sex ratio in India according to 2011 census? That is 914. 914 female child per thousand male child. It is highly unfavorable, right? Yes. And next one, moving on to the next topic. See, this all we are seeing under which topic? There is demographic indicators. Demographic indicators is of two types: population statistics and vital statistics. And moving on to the next one, that is dependency ratio. What is dependency ratio? Before going to dependency ratio, you should know about the dependent age group. What is the dependent age group? Those who are more than 65 years of the age, or those who are less than 15 years of the age is considered as the dependent age group. And what is the economic age group? That is 15 to 64 years. 15 to 64 years is considered as economic age group. So total dependency ratio is of child 0 to 14 years plus the population more than 65 years is divided by population 15 to 64 years into 100. That is the economic age group is 15 to 64 years. Okay, this is dependency ratio. So India's dependency ratio for the year 2020, that is 48.73. How this come? How this came actually? 48.73. It's nothing but 0 to 14 years of population. Where how many percentage? That is 26.2 percentage. 26.2 percentage of people who are under 15 years of age, that is 0 to 14 years, and 6.6 percentage of persons are more than 65 years of age. And the economic age group in India is about 67 percentage. So I'm calculating everything, we will get the answer of 48.73 percentage. 48.73 percentage is dependency ratio for the year 2020. Okay. Moving on to the next one is population density. What is population density? It is number of person living per square kilometer. Number of person living per square kilometer. What is the population density of India? In the year 2020, it is 464. That is 464 people are living in 1 square kilometer. Okay, in India, that is 464. And next one is urbanization. What is the urban population? Number of persons residing in urban locality. That is, whenever there is 5,000 or more people are residing in a place, or you can say simply when there is 390% are living per square kilometer, it is all about, it is all the criteria to divide urbanization, urban population. That is 390 people living per square kilometer. That is urban. And what is town? The places with municipal corporation or a municipal area committee or town committee or notified area or cantonment board. So this is the place which is plus town. Okay. So this all will come under demographic indicators, that is population density, urbanization, family size, town, and everything. Okay. The next one we are going into literacy and education. What is literate? The person one above 7 years of age and can read and write with understanding in any Indian language, it is called as literate people. And what is literacy rate in India? That is 77%. Okay, so we should know about how to calculate this literacy rate. So literacy rate is calculated by number of literate person, those who are aged 7 or above, divided by population aged 7 or above in a given year into 100. And calculating this, you get a percentage of 77% in 2020. Okay. And next one is life expectancy. Life expectancy is nothing but average number of years which a person may expect to live. It's an average number of years which a person may expect to live. That is life expectancy. What is the life expectancy at birth in India? That is 69.7 years. That is the life expectancy of at birth in India. Okay. 69.7 years. Okay. Okay. I know this going with my lecture. I just wanted to have some question and answer session. Okay. Which of the following is not a vital statistic? Which of the following is not a vital statistic? The option A is natural growth rate, fertility rate. Option C is sex ratio, and option D is life expectancy at birth. Okay. Which of the following is not a vital statistics? Can anyone answer for this question? The answer is sex ratio. Okay. So as I told you, these demographic indicators is of two types. That is population statistics and vital statistics. What are the population statistics? Population size, sex ratio, population density, and dependency ratio. And what is a vital statistic? That is birth rate, life expectancy at birth, mortality rate, and fertility rate. So this growth rate, fertility rate, life expectancy at birth, it all comes under vital statistics. And what is the population statistic? That is sex ratio. Okay. And the next question, for a population of 10,000 people, what does a sex ratio of more than 1,000 mean? For the population of 10,000, what does a sex ratio of more than 1,000 mean? The option A, males are less than 500, females are less than 500, males are less than 5,000, females are less than 5,000. So I'm expecting answer from you people. So first of all, what is sex ratio? It's the number of female per 1,000 male. So in this question, we can clearly see the sex ratio is more than 1,000. That means the number of females will be more than 1,000. So whenever the number of females more than 1,000, that means the male will be less than 500, right? But when comparing for the population of 10,000, they are the population for 10,000. So answer will be male less than 5,000. That is, female will be more than 5,000. So males will be less than 5,000. So option C is the correct answer. Male are less than 5,000. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Till now, what are the things we have seen? In the introduction of demography. Next one is stages of demography cycle. And next one, what we have seen, demographic indicators. And now moving on to the next one, that is the source of demographic data. Source of demographic data. These are population census, national sample surveys, registration of vital statistics, and national family health survey. So these are the source of most important source of demographic data. There are other sources also, but this is the most important thing. We want to think first is census. See, this word census you would have heard from your childhood. Okay. What is the definition of census? The total process of collecting, compiling, and publishing the demographic, economic, and social data pertaining at a specified time or times to all persons in a country or delimited territory. Okay, this is the definition for census. And next one is, as you know, census is the important source of health information. It's a very important source for health information, and it is taken in most countries at a regular intervals. What's the interval? That is 10 years. Every 10 years once we'll take a census. The first regular census in India was taken in 1881. So the first census was taken in the year 1881. It's a very important question. 1881 census starts. What is the last census was held in March 2011? March 2011, it was more than around 12 years back. It was supposed to be in 2021. As it is every 10 years, the next census should be would have taken already on 2021. But why it was not taken, as you all know about the reason, it is COVID. Because of the COVID pandemic, we are unable to take this 2021 census. So it was expected to taken in the end of 2023 or in the starting of 2024. But the date was not yet announced. So it was likely to be in the end of 2023 or the starting of 2024. These census, the legal basis of the census was provided by the Census Act of 1948. In 1948, the legal Census Act came into amendment came into action. The Census Commissioner of India was supreme officer who directs and guides and operates the census. So the Census Commissioner, it is a supreme officer who can direct, guide, and operate this census. Okay. The census operation in India have been carried out in two phases. That is, first phase is house listing and housing census. The second one is population enumeration. The first one, they list both the houses and they'll take the census of the house. And second stage, they'll go for the population enumeration. The picture you can see, this is how the census begins. They'll take the census. So in 2021, the household schedule consists of how many questions? Yes, sir, 29 questions. It consists of 29 questions like name, sex, relation to the head of the family, date of birth, age, religion, and mother tongue, and so on. It consists of 29 questions. According to 2011 household schedule, okay, there are 29 questions were there. Okay. The next one, the source of demographic data will be sample registration system, that is SRS. It was started mid 1960. It's a dual recording system, so it will record both birth rate, birth and death. It record both birth and death. It consists of continuous enumeration of births and death by enumerator, that is part-time enumerator, and an independent survey for every 6 months by an investigator supervisor. See, this SRS system will be for every 6 months once, and it's a dual system. So it will record both the birth rate and death rate. Okay. So SRS now covers the entire India. Now it become a big source for demographic data. Okay, it was taken by the part-time enumerator like school teachers or social activities to take the information, that is SRS. And next one is NFHS. National Family Health Survey. It is a large-scale, multi-round survey conducted in a representative sample of households throughout India. When the first NFHS was conducted in the year 1992 to 1993. So for every 5 years, it will be conducted. Okay, the survey conducted extensive information. Sorry, the survey collected extensive information on population, health, nutrition, with an emphasis on women and children. Okay. So you can see first NFHS was started in 1992 to 1993. The second one was 1998, 1999. The third was in 2005 to 2006. The fourth will be in 2015 to 2016. And fifth, the latest one was in 2019 to 2021. As you can see, for almost like every 5 years once, it was taken. This NFH was taken, but it is not like very clearly every 5 years, but it was like every 5 years once it should be taken. And what are the indicators of the latest, this 2019 to 2021 NFHs? 5, what are the latest information? Sex ratio is 1020, that is 1020 female per 1000 male. And women who are literate is 71.5%, and men who are literate is 84.4%, and the infant mortality rate is 35.2 per 1000 live birth, and under 5 mortality rate is 41.9 per 1000 live birth. So you can see infant mortality rate is 35.2 per 1000 live birth, and under 5 mortality rate is 41.9 per 1000 live birth. Okay. These are the indicators of latest National Family Health Survey of 2019 to 2021. And next one is NSSO, that is National Sample Survey Organization. The Directorate for NSS was 1950. It was started, the data collection was, this NSS was started in 1950 by Indian Statistical Institute, and whether it is giving the design, analysis, and reporting. And this NSSO was started in 1970. All aspects of its work were brought under a single government organization. The NSS of 66, the round survey was taken in 2000, from 2009 July to 2010 June. Okay, this NSS was started in 1950 by Indian Statistical Institute, and then NSSO was started in the year 1970. Okay. And you can see from the size and growth of population in India from 2000, from 1901 to 2001. So clearly there was an increase in population. But clearly you can see in this 2000, sorry, 1921, this is a dividend year. It was, there was a decline in population in India from like 25.2 crores to 25.13 crores. Okay, there was a decline in population in 1921. So this is called as the dividend year in census. There was a dip in census in 1921. From there onward, there was an increase in population. You can see there was a drastic increase in population. Okay, from 1921 till now, there was an increase in population. Only in 1921, we have a different population. Okay, and next we are moving on to the very important topic, that is national population policy. National population policy. National population policy. See, whenever whatever it is in any national program, we have three things. That is, policy will be there, goal will be there, objective will be there, and certain things will have a targets. So every national program will have goal, objective, and target. This national population policy in general, it is refers to whether there is an increase in the birth rate or decrease in birth rate. And that is population policy. What is generally policy? Policy is a course action adopted by any organization or government. And what is a goal? Ultimate desired state towards objectives and resources that are directed. Okay, what is objectives? Is a planned end point of all activity. See, all programs will have these things. Goal is ultimate desired state. And what is objective? It's a planned end of all activities. So that should be present in all national programs. Okay. The history. So in April 1976, India formed its first national population policy. First national population policy was started in the year 1976. And it was given two things. Increase the legal minimum age of marriage from 15 to 18 for females, and next one is 18 to 21 for males. So whenever first national population policy came into the year 1976, and it given the suggestion that the legal minimum age for marriage from 15 to 18 for female and 18 to 21 for male. This policy was modified later on in 1977. Okay. And they given a importance of small family norm without any compulsion. See, in 1976, it's given a small family norm with compulsions. There was a modification happened in 1977, and now it was given 1977. It was given the importance of small family norm without compulsion. And this national health policy had a set long-term demographic goals of achieving net reproductive rate of 1 by the year 2000. By the year 2000, that is also comes under national population policy. Okay. Later on, the latest update was a national population policy of 2000. National population policy of 2000 is a latest update in this national program. It deals with not only about the population, it deals with women's education, empowering women for improved health and nutrition, child survival and health, and the unmet needs for the family welfare services, healthcare for underserved population groups, adolescent health and education, increased participation of men in planned parenthood, and collaboration with NGOs. See, this population policy is not only deal with the increase in population size or growth rate and death rate, all this stuff. It also deals with women's education, child health, unmet needs of unmet needs of family welfare services, adolescent health, and participation of men in planned parenthood and collaboration with NGOs. Okay, these are the things it is dealing with. And what are the objectives? Objectives of National Population Policy of 2000 is bringing this TFR, that is, TFR is nothing but total fertility rate, to a replacement level by the year 2010. The main objective is bringing this TFR to the replacement level by the year 2010. The long-term objective to achieve this requirement is suitable economic growth should be there, and social development and environmental protection should be there. What is a long-term objective to achieve this tier 4 to the replacement level? That is suitable economic growth, social development, and environmental protection. The national socio-demographic goals. What are the things? The goals should be achieved by 2010. Okay, first is address the unmet needs for the basic reproductive and child health services and supplies and infrastructure. Address the unmet needs. That is the first one. Next one, make the school education up to 14 years free. So the school education should be free for up to 14 years of age. And next one is reduce the infant mortality rate to 30 per thousand live birth. Infant mortality rate. What is infant mortality rate? Infant mortality rate nothing but the death of children less than 1 year. Less than 1 year of age. That is infant. Infant is called less than 1 year is called as infant. 0 to 1 years is called infant. Okay. So reduce this infant mortality rate to below 30 and reduce the maternal mortality ratio to below 100 per 1 lakh live birth. Next one is achieve universal immunization of children against all vaccine preventable diseases. Okay, this is very important. This is universal immunization for against all vaccine preventable diseases and promote delayed marriage for girls not earlier than 18 years and preferably after 20 years of age. See, in 1976, they told to increase this female marriage from 15 to 18. Now, in 2000, they have changed this one from 18, not earlier than 18, and it should be preferably after 20 years. Now it was 21 years. Currently, it was the age for girls is female is 21 years and age for male is 24 years. Okay. Achieve 80% of institutional delivery and 100% of delivery by trained persons, like trained should be like trained persons. Okay, 80% of institution delivery and 100% of delivery by trained person, that is trained die. And next one is achieve universal access to information, counseling, and services for fertility regulation. Okay, proper universal access to the information or counseling services for fertility regulation. And achieve 100% registration of birth, death, marriage, and pregnancy by this SRS census are there. No, okay, registration of how you can know about this information. Information should be known by census, SRS, and NFHS. Okay, but the registration of birth, death, marriage, and pregnancy should be 100%. Next one is contain the spread of acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, that is AIDS, and sexually transmitted infections, prevent and control communicable diseases, integrate the Indian system of medicine in the provision of reproductive and child health services. Okay. The main thing is prevent and control the communicable diseases. The small family norm to achieve the replacement levels of TFR. TFR is total fertility rate. Next, we bring about the convergence in implementation of related social sector programs so that the family welfare becomes a people-centered program. See, whenever bringing the convergence of implementation, this family welfare will become the people-centered program. Family welfare scheme will become a people-centered program. Okay, so these are the 14. These are the 14 goals to be achieved by the year 2010. It was started in National Population Policy of 2000. Okay. What is the conclusion of this National Population Policy 2000? If it was fully implemented in the year 2010, the population should be of 1,107 billion instead of 1,162 million. But however, the provisional population, it was 1,210 million in 2011. It is higher by about 110 million when compared to the target set for the 2011. If it was this population for national population policy of 2000 was fully implemented, the population should be of 1,100. But now the population of census 2011, it is 1,210. That is 110 million people per country, because we are higher when compared to the target set. Okay, but what is the current population of 2021 and 22? Is 1400. We are in 1410 million. Okay, 1410 million. Okay. Inadequacy in existing the health infrastructure, which may lead to the unmet need of 28% of contraception services, and obvious there is a gap in coverage and outreach. See, in order to reach this demography goal, we said of NRR, that is net reproductive rate of one. What is this? Say, first of all, I should tell you what is NRR. NRR, that is net reproductive rate. And what is this CPR? That is couple protection ratio. Okay, in order to reach this demographic goal of NRR1, the couple protection rate should be of 60, should exceed more than 60. Okay, this coincides with every couple of having 2 children. Okay, this is the conclusion. NRR should be 1, and for that, that is couple protection ratio should be more than 60. Then every couple will have a 2 children policy. Okay. So some of the questions I'll ask. What is the infant mortality rate in India as per SRS statistic report of 2019 to 2021? That is, what is the infant mortality rate in India as per the SRS statistical report of 2019 to 2021? If you listen to this class, I have told in one slide. What is the answer? Can anyone guess about this answer? Yes, the option A, that is 35.2 per thousand live birth. That is the infant mortality in India in 2019 to 21. Okay. What should be the net reproductive rate of population be to attain a 2-child norm? What should be the net reproductive rate of population to attain a two children norm? Less than 1, 1, more than 1, and 2. The answer is 1. Whenever there is net reproductive rate of 1, we'll attain a 2-child norm. Okay, we go to the next one. In order to reach the demographic goal of NRR1, the couple protection rate should exceed 50%, 40%, 60%, and 70%. This one also, if you listen to this class, can answer. The NRR is 1. To reach this NRR1, the couple protection rate should be more than 60. And when the couple protection rate is more than 60, we'll have a 2 children now. Okay. So before I'm concluding this topic, I need to summarize what are the topics we have told. The first one is demography. Demography is nothing but the study of population. Demography deals with 3 things. One is change in population size, distribution of the population, and composition of the population. And next one is demographic processes. What are the demographic processes? Fertility, mortality, marriage, migration, and social mobility. And next one is stages of demographic cycle. High stationary, early expanding, late expanding, low stationary, and declining stage. The next, we have dealt with demographic indicators. What are the demographic indicators? Population statistics divided into 2 topics. That is population statistics and vital statistics. What are the population statistics? Population size, sex ratio, population density, and dependency ratio. And vital statistics is birth rate, life expectancy at birth, mortality rate, and fertility rate. The next one is what you have seen. Source of demographic data. The source of demographic data through census, SRS. What is the next one? National Family Health Survey. And next one is NSSO, National Sample Survey Organization. Okay, there are other sources also there, but these 4 are the important things. And next one, National Population Policy. National Population Policy was started in the year 1976, and there was modification happened in 1977 for the small family norm. And in the year 2000, there was 14 goals. And the conclusion for this is whenever there is a demographic goal of NRR1, the couple protection rate should be more than 60, and we'll have a 2 children now. Okay. This one you can clearly see the 2 children now. Okay. If this national population policy of 2000 was fully implemented, the population should be of 1,100. But the current population, not current population, 2011 census, it was 1,210. But the current population is around, I'm not sure, but it was 1,400 to 1,410. We are in the age, or we are in the age to cross over China. Maybe we fear. When the census was taken in the year 2023 and 24, then we'll know the result. Thank you so much for listening to this class. Thank you.